Welcome back, Mr. to a brand new episode of Comic Class. In today's lesson, guys, we're going to be going over different win conditions and ways that the New 52 Batman could defeat Scarlet Witch in the MCU. So, recently I have watched the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness movie. I saw exactly what Scarlet Witch was able to do in that movie, and I still believe, which I had put a tweet out on Twitter, basically responding to a person that was making the argument if Batman could defeat Scarlet Witch. There was a lot of people that were getting into debates on this topic, and a lot of people seem to downplay what Batman can bring to the table and the different ways that he can actually take her out. So that's what I want to do today. I'm taking a Batman that I'm very familiar with. We're just going to be talking about what Bruce Wayne Batman can do and what he brings to the table and how exactly he can defeat the Scarlet Witch in his different win conditions. So first off, we're going to start off with Batman in his base cape and cowl and what he brings to the table. So the first thing that I think is very important is that Batman has a lot of gadgets on him that can easily distract the Scarlet Witch. This can be his flash grenades, which he uses tons of times against his opponents whenever he's in a pretty tight spot. He has his smoke bombs as well in order to get him to where he can get a tactical advantage and get away from an opponent. And it seems very possible in the MCU that it seems like Scarlet Witch is limited to seeing the opponent and then doing something to him. So as long as he stays out of her line of sight, he should be completely fine. So giving that opportunity, very easy to knock her out since she doesn't have a high durability, she doesn't have her chaos magic up. So that's a win condition that Batman can do, either hit her with a battery to knock her out, try to hit her in a non-lethal way. If we're talking about a straight up death battle, then this is definitely a win condition because you could easily just hit her with a battery or something similar to basically just knock her out and kill her. But if we're talking about just knocking out unconscious, that's a possibility as well with either just straight up hand-to-hand combat or a battery and stuff like that. Now, another thing he also has on him is that he does have these little like sound grenade type things that he used against Superman in their first encounter in the New 52 in the first Justice League story arc. Origins, so he can easily use that. Like I said, this will distract Wanda. This will make it to where she can't focus, therefore not being able to use either chaos magic or the reality warping powers. This again opens a win condition for Batman to take the win and either again defeat her with hand-to-hand combat or with another one of his gadgets, either being like tiny explosives or stuff like that. And he has shown that he has these type of like mini explosives, like sticky explosives and stuff like that. This is continuous in New 52, as well as almost every version of Batman in the comics has these weapons on him in his utility belt. So that's another win condition. And I think that's pretty much it when talking about base Batman. We do have to mention that he does have some technology that he got from, I want to say it was the Atom, that helped him create a suit or some type of material for a suit that made it to where it can't be detected by super hearing, by Superman super hearing, which his senses are way enhanced compared to someone like Scarlet Witch. And he couldn't even tell that Batman had came up behind him in Wonder Woman. So this technology works when it comes to the New 52 Batman. You definitely can use this to get the hit on Wanda. So that too is a very big reason why he has another big win condition and getting a sneak attack in and just taking her out or knocking her out cold basically. So now that we talked about the base Batman, which I think most people will say that they're going to use in a fight, we can talk about the two upgrades that he has to his arsenal, which is using the Justice Buster. The Justice Buster is insane. If he is allowed to use this in the fight, he easily might be able to counteract some of the stuff Wanda can do. More than likely, he would be able to use some type of sound-based attack or other ways to distract her. This suit was created to combat the Justice League, and he's able to counteract Superman's heat vision and ice breath. So it's very easy to assume he would have something that would work on Wanda, if not just overpower her outright and out blitz her, basically speed blitz her. Because Batman and just his base cape and cowl is able to dodge attacks that are either light, which would equal light speed, or stuff like Mr. Freeze's ice beams, which should be around the same tier, at least close to it. Like I said, the fact that the Justice Buster is able to utilize stuff like miniature red suns at the atom, God for Superman from dying solar systems or something like that, that he was able to use as a weakness for Superman. It's very possible that not only does it have the strength to basically just one-shot Wanda if he gets close enough, which he probably could in most cases, he might have stuff on it that could counteract, but that's more headcanon because we never saw anything very sound-based or anything like that, like giant explosives or stuff that can really distract her in the Justice Buster. Justice Buster mainly is due to its versatility and how he was able to fight every Justice League member, even though they were being brainwashed by the Joker toxin, so they weren't fighting at 100% or, you know, smart enough in their original forms, basically. Since they were kind of being mind controlled and being crazy, they weren't fighting like they usually would. So we do have to keep that in mind when we're talking about how they would actually fare against the Justice Buster if they were just regular fighting. So we would have to see something like that. But if all else fails, the Hellbat suit is definitely an instant win for Batman. This thing can go up against people like Darkseid, and even though Batman apparently didn't win against this fight against Darkseid, the fact that he's able to fight against him, being a regular human in this suit, the suit was created by all the Justice League members at the time, and was forged in the sun by Superman. So it's insane, its level of durability and its attack power. And easily, if Batman, which he should be able to land a shot considering the speed of these movie, he would speed blitz Wanda, would one-shot her with this type of strength. So he also has a laser beam, which Wanda is never shown to be able to dodge light speed attacks, so that too would be a one-shot. And overall, just like I said, the strength and the speed, but mainly the strength of the character in this suit would just be too much. And even though Batman in the Hellbat suit has a weakness of it basically killing him if he wears it for too long, you know, while he's wearing it's basically killing him, he would be able to take her out pretty easily, probably in a few seconds. If not, if it's a prolonged fight, she would still lose eventually, considering the massive gap in power and in speed. And like I said, with the lasers, 100%, he has a speed advantage. None of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has kind of shown light speed reaction, or even faster than light speed reaction. So this is basically an instant win for Batman if he uses the Hellbat suit. So yeah, basically going through all this, like I said, for people that are questioning Batman's durability in the New 52, he has tanked things such as like a missile launcher, a rocket launcher. He's survived getting hit by a missile from a giant tank with his cape, of course. He's been able to survive, I think it's like 8 days without food or water, and was able to defeat a person as talented, if not more talented than himself, at least more enhanced in strength and speed than himself, by using skill alone. So if it came down to hand-to-hand combat, he's definitely going to easily destroy Wanda in that. And like I said, speed-wise, he easily can dodge, you know, stuff like gunfire, stuff like that, which is around the speed that most MCU characters are moving, around the supersonic range or subsonic range. I think some of them are like hypersonic as well, but Batman reacts to stuff like Mr. Freeze's ice beams, ice cannons, as well as light speed attacks such as Superman's like heat vision. I believe he did that in the New 52. If not, he has dodged light attacks before. And like you said, if we're being honest, most Batman, basically from all different universes, you know, all different continuities, all the Batman from the different continuities basically scale to each other, if we're being honest, with the only exceptions being like Batman's gadgets and his suits, which, you know, I wanted to make sure 100% that the Hellbat suit was canon to the New 52, which apparently it is, came out during the New 52, so we're using it in here as another win condition. But if you weren't using the Hellbat suit, Batman in his base, cape and cow, not even using the Justice Buster, you know, the Hellbat Justice Buster are not needed for him to get the win. Because Batman overall just has all the tech, the strength, the speed, and the durability he needs to basically take her out if he's able to get that opening. And that's all it comes down to with this fight. I think a lot of people, when they're looking at these two characters, they see a reality warper versus a human. but they fail to understand that Batman has a ton of things that could distract Wanda, which takes away the reality warping, which would only leave her with chaos magic, and he's dodged stuff that are way faster than that. The only thing I could say that Wanda has really over Batman is that she does have that move where she can like just manifest the energy where you're standing, and there's not something that seems to indicate that you're about to get hit by it. So if that were to happen, it's very possible that Batman will die, or get defeated, whichever one you're doing. If you're doing just getting knocked out or killed, doing like a full-on death battle. But more than likely, out of all, like 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen. I believe that when you put these two characters together, there's way more win scenarios for Batman than there is for Scarlet Witch, at least her MCU version. If you're a fan of the character and you know her comic book feats and stuff like that, be sure to comment down below on how you think that version would compare to the New 52 Batman. But yeah, this is basically my video giving my points. I don't think anyone's done this video yet. I saw a lot of people debating on it, mainly talking about the DCEU version of Batman versus MCU Scarlet Witch, which I could have done that, but I just felt like this was way more interesting, and I enjoyed the comic book version a lot, especially the New 52 Batman. Maybe not as much as post-Crisis, but definitely better than Rebirth Batman from Tom King, 100%. Better than Rebirth Batman, 100%. But yeah, so like I said, if we were talking about DCU Batman, he does have those sonic attacks which he used on Superman when he fought against him in BVS. So even that version of Batman has win conditions to defeat Wanda in the MCU. But I just didn't want to make the video on that version of Batman. So if you want my thoughts on that, I do think he still wins if we're talking about DCEU Batman versus MCU Scarlet Witch, under certain circumstances, of course, and depending on how the fight went. They both have ways to take out each other, with Batman, I feeling, having way more opportunities and chances to take her out compared to her to him taking him out, with her taking him out. So that's it, guys. Be sure to comment down below what your thoughts are on this matchup, if you believe the outcome is correct. How do you think Batman would win against Scarlet Witch? Do you think any of these scenarios I brought up would be a win condition and definitely give him the win, or do you think Scarlet Witch just would overpower Batman instantly, or during the battle just overpower him and take the win for herself, or take the win for him, or take the win herself? Let me know down below. But until the next video, guys, we're going to be doing different versus battles. I have tons of versus battles videos coming out really soon, so if you're a fan of versus battle content, I'm going to be doing some comics versus Wanda character videos coming out, and eventually we are going to be doing some like comics versus comics, like Marvel vs DC videos really soon. But we're going to be doing comics versus Wanda first, so if you're into that type of content versus content that you're not really seeing anywhere else, be sure to comment down below, show your support, be sure to like the video, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss those videos when they come out, those versus battle videos. But to the next video, guys, God bless you. Until next lesson, keep on reading those comments.